Hi, it's Ileana, and today I am going to be talking about psychic abilities. I am a certified and trained psychic. I took psychic development for almost 2 years, and I started to learn being a psychic by developing my four clairs, which is clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, and claircognizance. So clairaudience is hearing. It's like hearing communication, voices. Since hearing a voice, hearing a sentence, hearing a word, what's around you in the field, people around you, animals, you can hear what they're saying, communicating by telepathic communication, clairaudience. Clairsentience is picking up feelings, impressions, ideas from people, from animals, from spirit guides, from ETs, interdimensional beings. You can also do that with clairaudience, but you hear them telepathically. There's also clairvoyance, where you have a full-on conversation with different beings, with people, with those who've passed on, extraterrestrials, spirit guides, totem animals, higher self. So that's clairvoyance. And there's claircognizance, which is really engaging all your senses to pick up on something and understand a concept, understand a message, understand uploads and downloads that are coming from the universe to you. So those are the four clairs, and those are the things I first learned as a bridge foundation to developing my psychic abilities. That's something my teacher taught me, and that's something that I practiced for a while. And then I went beyond that, and I went to higher intuitive ability. So what I do when I do a psychic reading, I zoom in and tap into the person's soul field vibration, their soul that exists within the human body, that powers the human body. I tap within that inner soul, and I tap into the information that's most important to the person, that they need to know about or hear about or work through and figure out with me. I just tap into their soul field vibration, and I look deep down. What's important to the person? What do they need to hear about? So I tap into that vibration, and sometimes it's like the person is using lavender. They're doing lavender healing with lavender, burning lavender incense. That's what I felt today in a healing session, and I told the person about it. Then I also saw magnolias in their soul vibration, and magnolias is an important plant and flower tree to the person, to their family lineage, and it's important to their family heritage. So that's what I saw in their frequency field. And a few times before, I saw parrots and birds that a person needed to go to be with birds, that they needed to connect with the bird kingdom and with the animals. And they needed to go to a bird sanctuary and work with birds or seabirds and get healing with birds. And there was also a time when there was a painting in a lady's healing studio when I was doing a session for her online. I saw this vivid blue, kind of like a portal painting in the back. And I told her that that was from a past lifetime, where her soul came from. And that person's eyes turn blue sometimes during healing. So, I just make deep connections on the soul level with folks who I work with. And I look at what's inside the soul and what the messages are and what's coming through. But what I like to do during a psychic reading, galactic soul reading, Akashic Records reading, is for a person to create some questions that they would like me to psychically tap into to provide them the answers. So there's kind of like a guideline of what the person wants to explore. And I also tell them about what I pick up impressions from the reading itself. But I like to create a focus as a psychic for people to have some questions that they would like for me to work on with them to provide them a psychic answer to. That way, the session is formatted and organized, and I can answer the questions. I could add on to those questions with specific information that the person needs to know as the answers and more. So I like to have that guideline of the questions, because again, it helps to focus the session. So it's not just like, well, I don't know what I want to explore in the session. So the person is not going like, I don't know, just give me a reading. Usually a person comes with their questions and they have a focus and they have goals and they have ideas of what they want the session to be for. And that's usually in the questions themselves. Like, what's my soul purpose? What's my mission on Earth? Why did I come here to Earth? I'd like to get some help with what I should do for work, family, themselves, those types of things, and other things, health, romance, finances, moving countries where a person wants to live, specific experiences that they've had in life that they want more clarity on. So past lives, sometimes future things. So those are the things that I've done a lot of sessions on and much more. And usually the person comes with the questions and we go through each question to get the answers for it psychically. And I tap into the soul field, and I like to know information about the person. So I engage with them in the session. In the beginning of the session, I am connected to their soul field vibration. So oftentimes I will know a little bit more about the person because I'm tapped into their soul field without them telling me anything about them or who they are. It just happens naturally. And I get messages and I get information, and I will often ask them, well, what does this have meaning to you? How is this connected to you? And I will ask them if it's okay to pass on the message or impression or images, whatever I see in the soul field. I will ask the person if it's okay to share it with them if they want to know about it. I always ask for permission. And I never look into anything inside the person's soul that I'm not supposed to have access to. I don't go digging for people's dark secrets or innermost thoughts. That's unethical. So I don't do that. I only see what I'm meant to see to help the person, to bring awareness to something, to bring significance to something, to heal something, to work through something. That's what I usually see in a person's soul field vibration, their innermost soul. That's what I tap into and work with during psychic readings, during galactic soul readings, Akashic Records readings. When I look into their book of life, into their Akashic record, I am deeply tapped into their soul field vibration. So that's how I do my psychic readings, galactic soul readings, and Akashic Records readings. And when I look into a person's past life selves, I look into the origins of where their soul first originated, what planet, who they were, what they did, first ever incarnation. I look at that first when I do a past life reading, the origins of the soul, of where it first came from, and then where it went next after that lifetime, and on and on and on. And sometimes people have human earth lifetimes, and they sometimes have galactic lifetimes, past lives. So it varies. And every person is different and unique, and everyone has interesting soul missions, soul purposes, soul origins, and why they come here to Earth to learn things, to explore things, to understand things. So, and there's many different dimensions. Also, different realms of existence, different universes. Not everyone comes from the same universe. So we explore those things in past life readings and galactic soul readings. So I just wanted to discuss the process a little bit and just talk about how my psychic abilities work today. So thank you so much, and namaste.